In this lecture, we are going to be talking about cramming, staying focused and staying organized. Now, logically speaking, if you had an hour to memorize a page, in opposed to having 5 hours to memorize a page, you are way more likely to remember all the information you read and memorized when you have 5 hours instead of 1 hour. Now, what happens a lot of times is that we have deadlines and we let all of this information cram up, and before we know it, we have a huge amount of information to process in a short amount of time. And we don't even have to go through the details of why 1 hour is definitely going to be less efficient than 5 hours. Every single factor that we talked about throughout this course will be affected based on the duration we have to store and recall this information. Because cramming, of course, it will give you a hard time to store the information, as we said. There's a huge amount of information with less time to memorize it. We will have an overflow in all the information that we're trying to process. Most of it will not be stored properly. Most of it will not be recalled properly either. But by organizing, sorting out the information, and organizing all of this information properly will help us remember and recall the information, keywords, essential elements, and details way better. And what I mean by organizing is that based on the competency of your current state of memory, you know that until you improve and you track your progress, you can, for example, memorize an entire page properly in an hour and a half. So your organizing system must follow this pattern. If you have 3 pages to memorize, you know that you need to dedicate at least 4.5 hours. And of course, you want to add some breaks. So let's say 6 hours in total to properly memorize these 3 pages. When your organizing system follows the flow of your memory system, then you'll be able to memorize, recall, and remember better.